Alrighty, good evening everybody. Sorry about the delay. Literally when I sat down and was about to hit go live, I was like, yep, this boy has to go to the bathroom. It happens every time and I hate it with a passion because oh my god, like I know sometimes I should go right before I start, but there are times like, oh no, I'm feeling fine. And of course, my body's like, oh, you're going to regret saying that or thinking that. Because then when I'm all set up, ready to go, it's like, and here comes the bathroom. I'm like, fine, I'll listen to you next time. And next time never ever comes. Alrighty. Also, I have a new look today because not that I have been having eye problems lately, but like I feel like I should have been wearing this ever since I started streaming. Is that because I'm constantly in front of my computer and everything, I feel like I should have been wearing these, but yeah, these are my blue light glasses. Blue light glasses are going to be important because obviously when you're staring at a screen for hours on end, it can really do a number on your eyes, so that'd be a very good thing to have. And I don't know if you could tell, give me one second, I don't know if you can tell, but if you look at them, they're like a leopard print. They're mainly because my mom was like, well, Dad wanted the black ones and I didn't care, but I really kind of wanted the tan ones. I think they were tan. And they're like, do you want these? I'm like, sure, why not? They look stylish. And so I was like, okay, I'll just deal with it. So yep, we got this going on. Let me turn down the light just to see how it looks. I'm at the lowest setting. Yeah, it's good enough. Let me get some extra lighting. So yeah, that's what we got going on today. We have this beautiful situation happening. All right, so now it's time to put the tiger back in its cage. So yeah, we just got that important information from Viola that should help us put well, I feel like Tigre is gonna be either a witness or he's gonna be a suspect. He's obviously gonna be a suspect for this case. There's no way that he's not gonna be a suspect. But for now, what we gotta do is see what happens. Now, let's get into it, shall we? Okay. Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Maggie. So, what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended up on a sorry. Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended on a giant mystery.
That's true. And we still haven't solved a single part of it yet. Are you okay, Nick? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course.
I saw that little flash of doubt in your eyes.
No, that wasn't doubt. That was, determination.
Why don't I believe you?
She's like,
you lying son of a bitch. It's nearly time, Maggie. You better get going to the defendant's seat. I can't speak English today.
Neither can I, Maya. Imagine like everyone like I have my English problem like this the word problem like everybody else. Everyone's like, oh no, we can't speak English. That's what I like doing for this one. Okay.
It's nearly time, Maggie. You'd better get going to the defendant's seat. Roger, don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you.
Hey, pal. Oh boy. Hey, Detective Gumshoe.
Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that.
How did you know she was stressed?
I was watching through the doorway.
Oh. Like, Gumshoe. My guy, that's such a creeper thing to do. What are you doing? You can't just be peeping through the doorway like,
oh, Maggie's stressed out. I should do something. Just by peeping.
Like, my guy, what are you doing?
You look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this'll...
Oh, I forgot about that. Whoa.
Hey, here, maybe this'll help.
Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy too?
Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing.
Apparently we don't. Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles.
This is the small bottle that turned up in Trey Bien's kitchen a couple of days ago.
Wow, look at all these little bottles.
Wait, let me do the echo. I'm like, wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. The floor.
Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others.
Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either.
And it doesn't smell. In fact, it smells like
And Maya just dies. Jeez, imagine it was like poison. Like she's like,
well, goodbye, Nick, forever.
and just dies. And at that point, the plan to have Pearls be the next master will be put in place.
We finally got the analysis results back from the lab.
So, what is it? Is it the poison?
I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication.
Oh, okay, I see. That's his ear medication.
It's medication.
Medication?
Yeah, for ears. Topical use only, apparently.
For ears? You mean?
Yeah, it's the medication Glenn Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum.
What was Glenn Elg's ear medicine doing in the kitchen? Phoenix, do you not remember what John Armstrong was known to do? He literally takes it all the time. He takes people's things. What is that the one thing you can't remember about this man? Small bottle refilled. I was about to say refilled. Small bottle refiled into the court record. What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that?
Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prints, but...
That's going to weaken its... That's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence.
Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today, got it?
Today's trial. I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done. Or my name isn't Phoenix Wright. No, it's Tribulations. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor. Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems. The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank from it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand. Thank you, Mr. Godot. Now please, I was speaking. I want a sassy judge one of these days like, thank you, Mr. Godot, but I'm sorry. Who was speaking here? That was me, you son of a bitch. So please, let me speak. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet, the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear.
It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick?
Yummy. Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see,
keeps turning, and we must turn with it.
You've lost me already, Mr. Godot.
Me too.
Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. Isn't that... you've got to change with the times. That's one of my rules.
Well, Mr. Godot, you might want to get ready for a whole lot of change that's gonna happen today. Just kidding. Imagine like Phoenix was like, "Oh, you just screwed up, buddy." Ah, ha, ha. All right. Well, time for you to change up.
Are you implying that you've resolved these contradictions? You know the answers to these riddles.
The old guy wasn't just throwing seeds in here. He was throwing us off the scent.
Ooh.
And today I'll prove it.
Very well. Let the first witness take the stand.
And you are?
Oh, bonjour, everyone. I am Jean Armstrong, the owner and head chef of le très bien restaurant. Enchanté. Everyone's like, the fuck?
Forgive me for asking this, but are you a woman?
La la, monsieur. As you can see, I am la perte and perky gentleman, no? Oh, wait, I gotta say it like this. La la, monsieur. As you can see, I am la perte and perky gentleman, no?
It's like, shit. He's like, holy crap, he's hot.
On the day of the incident, you were in Trabian's kitchen. Isn't that right?
With you, monsieur.
Huh?
Imagine Godot's like,
Oh, fuck.
everything feels. Oh no! I'm so no! With you, monsieur, everything feels right. Oh yes. Oh god, I'm only like 2 minutes into this guy and he's already making me laugh and regret what I'm saying. Oh boy. Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy?
Very well. Your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Tribulations.
Oui, volontiers. When it all happened, there was just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art decor that day, like having a large mirror between the tables. Okay, like having a large mirror between the tables, par exemple. Oui, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. La cup, la earpiece, and la glacé. La glacé. La glacé. There you go. La cup, la earpiece, and la glacé. He would have seen everything in reverse, no? Mirror! Oui, un grand mirror. La most enormous mirror. Oh god.
And suddenly, the mystery disappears. Like I said, the world keeps turning. So roll with it.
That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front.
What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Okay, here we go. but there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art deco that day, like having a large mirror between the tables, par exemple. Oui, perhaps that is what he's looking at.
Were there... Let me see. There's no mirrors? Before I present it though, let me save. Cause there's no way that they have that going on. Okay, let's do it. Nope, of course. I had to press, probably had to press the statement, don't I? I think why did I go in not pressing the statement? That was like number 1. Okay, let's actually just start from the beginning of the testimony. And who were the 2 customers exactly?
Mais of course, the young man who died. And the other not so young man.
You are referring to yesterday's witness, I presume.
What about the other man Maggie says she saw at the table? Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence. We need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we?
I guess I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being.
I remember I was experimenting with some new art deco that day.
You were experimenting with Art Deco?
How come I never heard about that before today? You are not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur.
Monsieur? Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before?
But I did, just a few moments ago.
Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of decorature?
No, Art Deco is a style of design, Your Honor. He's talking about interior design. Walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing.
Ah, yes, of course. That deco.
I was trying to achieve a more effeminate look for my restaurant. I was planning the most bold remodeling of la decor. Like having a large mirror between la tables, par exemple.
How big of a mirror are we talking about here?
Something about 4 meters wide and oui, about 2 meters high.
Let's see, if 1 meter is about 1 yard. Holy glass in a frame, that's huge! He's like, let's see, if 1 meter is charge. Holy glass in a frame, that's huge!
I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually.
The ceiling? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember.
Mais non, but I decided not to go through with it in the end.
What should I do? Should I ask him more about the mirror or not? Press harder. We need all the information we can get. If we really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. Sorry, I had to do something. There you go. Someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or Maggie Bird's testimonies. But...
Objection!
Oh boy. You didn't ask, Trite. You have only yourself to blame for such sloppy work. What?
A mirror was delivered to Tribulations the day before the incident.
Really?
As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes. And as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end. This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tribulations, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime. If you want to doubt someone, Trite, look in the mirror. It's right behind you. I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough.
So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror.
Oui, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. Normally, I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object. Normally, how does normality come into this? That's lame, trite, even for you. Huh? That's me too, I'm like, huh? Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it? Where does that leave the pork? Oh, sorry. Oh god, that's still good though. Where does that leave the porky-headed lawyer and the top-knot chick over there? Oh, you do not call Maya that. I don't care who you are, sir. You do not call my Maya a top-knot chick. She is a top-notch chick, that's for sure, but not a top-knot chick. Even though she does have a top knot. And the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here. Well, right. Ah, not the hair. And I do not have a top knot.
Mr. Godot is correct.
The judge is like,
Mr. Godot is correct. You're both idiots. A lack of normality is no basis for discounting an argument.
Bien, logique as one la day. Logique as one la day. La cup, la earpiece, et la glacée. He would have seen everything in reverse, no? Everything? He would have seen everything in reverse. Oui. Hey Nick, we should take a second think about what old CD said in his testimony. How did he phrase it again?
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. Then he used the same cup. He used the same hand to pick up the cup. His left hand.
If he saw everything he had described reflected in a mirror, then everything he said he saw on the left was actually on the right, huh? And that clears up all the problems with his testimony, I guess. Or does it? Huh. It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but do you think old CD saw everything through a reflection? If he did, it would explain all the contradictions in his testimony. But that just makes the situation worse for Maggie. There's gotta be something in that old man's testimony. We've just gotta dig deeper. Okay, so let's see all the evidence we have. Okay, so he says he had a mirror. Okay. That's how it looks from there. Do we have any proof? Okay, the victim was sitting there. He was across the way. And then... okay. I remember I was experimenting with some new Art Deco that day, like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. That is what. Oh, imagine like Phoenix is like, or like the court stenographer is like looking back at it, like perhaps that is what la old man was looking at. La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses. He would have seen everything in reverse, no? Like that kind of voice. Oh my god. La cup, la earpiece, and la glacée. He would have seen everything in reverse. Oh boy, this is gonna be a difficult one. Okay, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. Like having a large mirror between the tables. I remember I was experimenting this. Okay, have a large. Okay.
Okay, so we got that there. So now the question is, oh, forgot to, wait, there we go. Had to bring it to my stream manager. Okay, there we go. This is a toughie. This is a tough one because, okay. So we have to prove that that there wasn't a mirror in place. But how can we do that? That's the question. Because I don't think we have them have it. It has to be in our thing. Sorry. It has to be in our thing. Okay, so if it does like this, yeah, it looks like it's in his left hand. But then if he had it in his left eye, it would look like on his right. Left, left. That doesn't make sense though. Let's try one more thing. Let's save it again, just to be sure, because if he saw it in reverse, then it would be on his right, not the. Let me try this. There we go. That's right. The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? I knew it.
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question. You can lock me if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt.
So, to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw all that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactement, you see, monsieur. Now that you think about it, it is not so hard, no? Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head?
Order, order! Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye.
How bitter. Trite. You should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time. Are we talking about your coffee? Or something completely different? He's like, Kudo's like, both. You don't understand the way the witness thinks.
How he thinks.
You remember this, I presume? The I broke the vase sorry apology the I broke the vase sorry apology I mean Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony? Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elk?
Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece.
And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elk's HMD made a big impression on the old man. Oh boy, not this music. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear, do you hear? His left ear! Ha, well, Trite. That's the worst but best impression of Kudo ever. That is so funny. Jesus, imagine his voice changes like, allow me to remind the court what the victim said, the witness said.
I saw the young man.
Wow,
I really thought he was old Seedy for a minute there. That was good.
Enough. I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony.
Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash.
A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears.
Oui, I can explain.
Please, if you will look at the plans of the restaurant. Here we go. Alors, is everyone sitting comfortably? The mirror. It was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two halves. There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim. That was the seat at the table. That was the seat at the table next to the victims. That was where the old man was sitting. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else.
I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror.
What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like this.
Wait, let me see it again.
Oh, what a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like this.
Jesus.
Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again.
I hate that guy. It's like, I hate that guy.
You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that?
Volunteer, of course.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination if you please.
Okay. I think... Do we have to present the medication here? Do we have to do that? I feel like that's what we're supposed to do. Because it was found in his thing. Nope. I was... Okay. Too trigger happy. Okay, well, you just had to try. Alright, let's do it again. Let's start from the beginning. And go. So, run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct?
Oui.
We? Really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't have put a mirror there. It would be in the way. Look who's talking, Trite. Huh? You're obstructing my view, among other things. But, this is my seat in the courtroom! Trebian's charm is that it gives you the impression that you're the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. Unlike you, Trite. I tell you, monsieur, la mirror was there in the middle of the restaurant. There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim. And where would that be? Ooh la la, look how you lean towards me. Leaning closer. This is too much fun. I love John Armstrong. Okay. I always attract the younger boys. How old is this man? Give me 1 second. How old is this man? Okay. Borderline creepy, but I'll allow it. Maybe I should hold you in suspense for a little longer.
Mr. Armstrong, tell the court what you know at once.
I attract the other ones too, you know. Handsome. Shall I tease you too? Oh.
No! He's like, oh god, I'm gonna be sick. Why did I think he was hot?
I'm already seeing a very hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting for a long time. Jesus Christ. He's like hitting on every man in this courtroom. Jesus.
I bet she has a mocha cream skin and a cat.
Oh god, here we go.
I bet she has a mocha cream. She has mocha cream skin and cappuccino perfume.
Bien, I will tell you. There was only one seat from which you could have seen. That was the seat at the table next to the victims. That was where the old man was sitting. Excuse me. Excusez-moi. So why can you only see the victim from that particular seat? Mais monsieur, it is obvious, no? If you look at the plans, you will understand. The victim would have been reflected in the mirror like so. If you were sitting at the table next to him, you would see everything, no?
So that's the seat old Seedy was sitting in on that day, when the poisoning happened.
The old man was sitting at the table next to the victim? Why does that seem kind of odd? After the terrible incident occurred, I moved that mirror so it was not in the way. Did you move the mirror while Mr. Kudo was off calling the police? Oui, exactement. I carried it out of the restaurant then. You moved a huge mirror like that all by yourself. What can I say? I know how to pick things up and some. I know how to pick it up. Oh, Jesus.
Godot actually laughed at something?
Well, given the witness's physique, I suppose it is possible. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong?
I look like the obliging type, no? But naturally, I did not touch anything else. Are you sure about that? I touched nothing except la mirror.
Mr. Wright, is there something the witness has said that doesn't match the crime scene?
Yeah, there is. I just can't put my finger on what exactly. Ha! Suffering from a case of heartburn, sure, right? Oh, I have just this thing for that. An oil with golden myrrh and frankincense. Add a few drops to your coffee, and voila! Enjoy! Focus, Phoenix, breathe. I need to ignore those two and just find some evidence.
It is pretty strange though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a really large mirror. You'd think someone would have, but Maggie didn't, and neither did old Seedy.
And the only logical explanation is that there was no mirror inside Tribulations that day. Now I've just got to prove it. Prove it, somehow. Okay, so let's see the evidence on hand. We know that he was, Kudo was sitting on the other side. Okay, that's where he died. Okay, so I think this is where we present the photo, because Kudo said he broke the vase at his table. But if you look at the photo right here, notice his vase is still unbroken, and also it's still set, so he wasn't there. So we know he was across the way. So let's try it. There we go. This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony we have heard, Your Honor.
The crime photo? The crime photo.
Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist.
What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
Should not exist. Huh. Sounds like you're describing yourself, Oh, shut up, you son of a bitch.
Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement. What is the something that should not exist in this photo?
It's this, Your Honor. Let's do it. I think it's pretty obvious that this is what should not be in the picture.
The vase. What possible connection does that have with this witness's testimony?
Your Honor, I'm telling you that there should have been no vase on this table, because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence. There we go. There was one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not in fact sitting at the table next to the victim at all. Don't be an idiot, Trite. That's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from. Exactly. Huh? There is only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Très Bien that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie. Mon Dieu! Don't try to confuse the court, Trite. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase, while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene. Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary in his own words. I did not touch anything else except the mirror. He got him there. How could he clean it up if he didn't touch anything else?
Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself?
I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day.
In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't hear?
You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Trites, then this problem is all yours.
How do you explain what the old man saw? If I can answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it. Are you going to be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick? There's more than just this one contradiction, Maya. What do you mean? Remember what Maggie told us? There was... I thought it was me, Maggie. There was another man at the victim's table. And there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up.
Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer.
Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. Ooh. Let's save here, because this is going to be a big choice. Mr. Kudo made a mistake. The ear doctor made a mistake. The victim was a phony. Let's try this one. This case is riddled with contradictions, yet there is one very simple answer that clears them all up.
And what is that?
The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events.
What?
Yes, The victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glen Elg at all. It was an imposter, a phony pretending to be Mr. Elg. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. Where's the soundbite from Among Us? That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake.
Order in the court. Settle down or I'll clear the courtroom.
Okay, let me do it again.
Order in the court. Settle down or I'll clear the courtroom.
Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh?
What?
He's like, imagine it goes out a demon.
What did you say?
He's like,
Order in the court. Or calm down or I'll clear the courtroom.
Shut up, Gramps. This is my case. What did you say? Right. Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup?
yes. He's like,
Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup?
yep. And that's it. Someone pretended to be Glen Elg and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo.
Get real, Trite. Why would anyone want to do that?
Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was
The serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
It's so hard to believe, but
there was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee.
Are you insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but it's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening.
that's right. Well, witness, if your restaurant really was a scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct?
Ooh la la, this is most difficult for me. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath after all. Oh mate, let me act all smug for this one. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath after all. So speak! Was there, in fact, a phony at Tribulations that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened.
The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day. Oh, oui.
The victim, Mr. Elk, he came to my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. There were no other customers. When he got word he won the lottery, Mr. Elk became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. No, there was no time for a phony to do the acting.
Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all.
Je vous demande pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly.
What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later.
Oh, punish me good, Your Honor. Please punish me good and hard. And this is why I don't do these kind of things on stream, yet I do it anyway.
Oh, wait. For now, we will hear your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. For now, we will hear your cross-examination. Mr. Wright, if you please.
He took that perjury charge a bit too well. But I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination. The victim, Monsieur Elig, he came to my restaurant alone. First, let me see the evidence at hand. When was the drawn? He died. Okay, that matches. It's called alone. Was he alone at his table as well? Mais oui, I saw him from the kitchen. Yet the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. She swears there was another man at the victim's table. Ha! Unfortunately for you, Trite. Yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me of a certain coffee's bittersweet bite. What kind of coffee has he been drinking? He's looking at it, he takes it. There's vodka in this, man. He's like, how do you think I get through all this bullshit? It's not coffee, it's love. It's love that's bittersweet. Hearing Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. I gotta stop her. I remember that old man arrived not long after him. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct? Wait, he comes often for my special coffee. A very special coffee. I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You are most welcome anytime. I said it was worth one sip, and nothing more. Holy shit! Godot's like, I love coffee, but I don't love it that much. So old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. So you're saying that not much time elapsed between when the victim and Mr. Kudo arrived? Oui, that is correct. But that still leaves the possibility that something happened in that gap of time. And by your recollection, how much time would you say elapsed? Let me see. Approximately 2 minutes, I would say. 2 minutes? That's all?
It seems unlikely that anything untoward could have happened in such a short time.
Rats! I knew I shouldn't have pursued this line of questioning. No, we just chose the wrong question. Okay, so now that we got that, let me just quickly go through all this stuff to do it again. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived? Oh no, I cannot remember, monsieur.
I believe we were told by a witness yesterday.
The crime was reported at 2:25 by a kind of scary old man, sir.
Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness?
The incident happened about 20 minutes after he arrived. So the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10 p.m., no? Just after 2, huh? Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, monsieur. You are wonderful.
Ha ha. Ha ha ha. I can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I?
Oh god. How is he finding this funny?
The time of day will be added to the witness's testimony.
Oui, monsieur judge. Everything I do it for you.
Merci bien. That's French, isn't it? Ha ha ha.
I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood. He's even humming a song to himself. I remember the old man arrived not long after him, just after 2 p.m. Zero, no, it's a customers. When you got the word, you won the lottery. Okay, so now that we have that in place, if it happened 5 minutes after the drawing, when does that take place? It's every Monday at 10:30. So let's go back. I want to present it here, but I don't think this is the right place. So just to be safe, let's do it here. There we go. I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. What? What do you mean? At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket. Oui, that must be the show Monsieur Elk was listening to.
I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright.
I wonder. You say the victim arrived at the restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? Oui, oui. I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was that time because I had just finished serving the lunch menu.
Get to the point, Trite, if you have one.
That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life.
It's on the air. It's on the air at 1:30.
Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. Jesus. Oh god, I needed that. I needed that because holy crap, I was like, I could not help but laugh at that one. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time. No! Okay, that was so loud. This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over. There is only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter, acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elks in Trey Bien that day. The real Glen Elk, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer, and the phony Glen Elk acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness.
It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy?
Quite a performance, Trite. You were almost on a roll. Huh? But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song.
What is this? Music Theory 101? I mean, kinda, yeah, but that might be, actually that may be a Music Theory 204 maybe? I don't know.
Let's recap according to your imaginative theory. It's now just after 2 p.m. The phony Glen Elk...
Excuse me.
The phony elk is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain then where the real Glen Elk is?
I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at that time, the real Glen Elk was already dead.
That's certainly the obvious conclusion.
Thank you, Trite. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say.
What?
Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours. Can you explain where the missing corpse went to?
The missing corpse?
According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. If that customer was the phony Glen Elk, then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim? Nah!
The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body?
Yes, Your Honor.
No conjecture trite. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden. Evidence?
What?
I'm sorry.
What's with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden?
I thought I had him with that contradiction. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead.
Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Glenn Mr. L concealed?
Okay, so if the body was taken out, let's see the evidence we have on hand. Okay. Sorry, I need to see my things. Okay. Let's see. It has to be outside Tribune. Clearly, there's no place to hide a body inside Tribune. Therefore, the killer must have hauled the body outside.
I see.
Let's save here, just for the sake.
Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that proves the body was taken out of the restaurant?
Okay, so oh god, okay, so these were found in Tenderlander. They could have been on the victim. Oh god, I'm gonna try it.
Too bad. I don't think you'll ever grasp the real heart of rock and roll.
What are you talking about?
He means that your evidence is irrelevant, Mr. Wright.
Come on, Nick, you gotta think it through. Feel the beat and then hit him with some heavy metal.
Okay, I need to calm down and think. Okay, present more evidence. There's nothing wrong with my logic so far, I'm sure of it. I'll hit them with another piece of evidence to see if that helps. Clearly, there's no place to hide a body type. JB that for them. Yeah, that's I, blah blah blah. Can you back it up? Nope, figured. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's start from here because now that I think we have to prove that it was probably in the kitchen. Okay, let's just present something random. We need to do that. Okay, got that. So let's see here. Let's say it was in the kitchen.
Inclined to agree.
Yo también. Yo también. What's with the Spanish all of a sudden?
True. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. Elk concealed?
It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribulations.
Interesting. But where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. The exact location where the body was concealed inside Tribulations is, I think, the kitchen. The body was hidden here.
I see.
Nice supposition. The real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location? Here's where the thing comes in, I think. There we go. I was wrong. I knew I was wrong. The first time I was like, I have to do it because I don't think so. All right. Well, now that makes more sense now that I think about it. Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? No. I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me.
Where was the bottle found, Mr. Wright?
Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribulations. Oh, quoi? But I only ever use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils. But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication.
What kind of medication? He's like, is it CBD? Is it weed? Is it medicinal? Is it medicinal weed? Because I want to hit.
Maybe that's why his memory's so fried. He's been doing too many drugs. I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. Elk visited an clinic. Laryngological. Okay. Otolaryngological clinic. That Mr. Elk visited an God, I hate this word. Otolaryngological clinic and was given medication that day.
You can't be serious.
The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Elk. Glen Elk's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen?
Mon Dieu!
Yes, you know what I'm talking. What I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back.
No!
Order! This is an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Glen?
he's like getting emotional. Like,
witness, did you murder Glen Elk?
It's like Dumbledore. Like, did you murder Glen Elk? Said Dumbledore calmly. Said the judge calmly.
Never! I could not do such an horrible thing.
No! I'm like, calm down, you're gonna choke. Mr. Godot.
The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules.
Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now?
Then I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear, my H-deficient friend?
Oh my god.
Je vous demande pardon. Please, you must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor.
What's with the Spanish? Yo hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. Yep, he's lying.
I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it?
No, 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 absolutely no. I
Let's hear it. You've got one shot, right, Gramps?
Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you, as does my gavel.
Oui, it is clear.
What did they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this.
Here we go. Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong.
It is true. I hid the body in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear it. I swear it. You must believe me.
You were forced. By who?
I cannot say, or I will be erased.
Let's try a different question, then. When Mr. Elk died, was he really the only person at his table?
There was. There was another man.
I knew it. And I knew that line too was coming. Maggie was telling the truth.
You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright.
There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. Okay, whoops, wrong button. What man? Who was he?
No, I cannot say. I fear for my life.
He's really scared.
You'll just have to put the words in his mouth, Nick.
Yeah, you're right. If he won't tell me, I'll tell him.
But why would you go along with this man?
I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse.
And what reason would that be, Mr. Armstrong?
You know, monsieur.
Yes?
Surely you cannot expect a young maiden to talk about such an embarrassment.
A maiden? You're a bit old to get away with that.
And a bit too male.
Hey, Maya, gender's fluid, okay? So don't get it twisted here. I can't finish the cross-examination without establishing his reason, so I'll just have to prove it with evidence.
But I did not kill him, I swear. You must believe me.
Okay, so maybe I should present Tigre's thing here. Let's try presenting Tigre. There you go. Let's end this dance of ring around the rosy, Mr. Armstrong. This is the man that you've been referring to.
Who is that? Who is that handsome man? I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a month ago in this very courtroom. This man is Furio Tigre. He's the manager of a loan office called Tenderlender. There's no point trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go against Mr. Tigre, at least not while he had this on you. Where's the oh yeah, here, the debt. I went the wrong way. A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you.
Oui, it is as you say.
Mr. Armstrong?
Le Tigre, he told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On the day in question, he was meeting the victim to demand that he repay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice.
I carried the body in oh god, and the unconscious Maggie out of the dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what I had seen. I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre.
I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poisoning and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket. Was that your doing as well?
No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done it, I was not. It is despicable.
Mr. Godot,
Yes.
you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow.
"30 minutes.
What?
The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more.
Oh my, he's very confident, huh?
How the? Don't sit back and relax yet, Trite. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way.
Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Godot. We will resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess.
Wow, okay, that was a rush. And holy crap, I was like, I messed up so many times. Thank God I saved, because I would have gotten the game over by this point. Okay, well now we made good progress. So let's keep going.
So we're finally going to see the tiger on the stand. We've almost got this case won now, Nick.
I wish I could agree.
Huh?
When I cross-examined Mr. Armstrong just now, he said he was just doing what the tiger told him to do. But Godot picked up on it, remember? He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testified is the truth.
You mean, you think Mr. Armstrong was lying?
I don't know. But if that's the line the prosecution takes, we could be in trouble. I get the feeling that we don't have the case-making evidence we're going to need.
Hey, Bill!
Detective Gumshoe!
What are you so jumpy about, Detective? Your hair's standing on an end.
Excuse me.
Hey, that's the pot calling the oh god. Hey, that's the pot calling the kettle black, little Miss Top Knot.
It's not a top knot.
Never mind about the hair. Besides, mine's more spiky than you. Just calm down, all right?
I can't stand still when I don't have a job to do. I kinda get wound up. Arrgh!
No kidding.
You gotta have something you need me to do, pal. Anything.
Well,
Hey, I'm going to take a jog back down to the precinct. I could get some prints analyzed for you if you've got an hour.
an hour? The trial will have reconvened by then.
But Nick, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right?
True. Without some kind of trump card to pull out of the bag, we're really stuck. You said you can get some fingerprint analysis done in an hour?
You bet.
In that case, would you mind checking the prints on this for me? Let's do it. If you're going back to the station anyway, could you find out whose prints are on this?
Oh hey, that's the small bottle I gave back to you this morning, right?
Yeah, I think it's time we solve the last mystery of who the prints on it belong to.
Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing at me too.
Small bottle given to Detective Gumshoe.
Okay, I'll get this off to the lab right away. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I get back.
Oh boy, I think we are gonna lose it at this point. This is pretty much the final showdown, I guess.
It's time to separate the phonies from the real guys.
Oh my, you have so much faith in me, and I don't have it at all.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Godot, did you find this Furio Tigre?
No. I even tamed him for you. It was a 3-cup job, no problem.
Tamed him? The guy's name may be Furio Tigre, but come on.
He's pretty lively. Be careful, he still bites.
Very well. Please show Mr. Tigre to the stand.
Oh boy, this man.
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the...
And there she goes. Don't hide under the table, Maya. wait, let me think. Don't hide under the table, Maya. Unless there is room for me down there too.
Would you mind?
What you say to me?
Nothing! I didn't say nothing, honest.
Who could have guessed that fear would induce a bad Brooklyn accent in the judge? I knew it! I was trying to imitate him. I got business to take care of, you hear me? So who the hell called me into this hole? Was it you, Spiky? No, of course not. It was the judge. Your Honor. Actually, hold up. This is the first time we've ever seen the scene without him. This is so cool.
Oh dear, I seem to have dropped my pen. Where on earth is it? Don't mind me, just carry on with the proceedings with the proceedings as normal.
That's it, we're doomed. Maybe you didn't hear me. I said, who the hell was it that called me in here?
There's no need to shout, we can all hear you.
What did you say?
There's no point struggling. You're caught in a snare. The relentless snare of the law. And I'm the one that hauled you in.
Too cool. she's like down here. It's like,
Don't let him get the better of you, Nick. I'll just stand right here. Call me when the game is over, okay? Bye!
she's like in fetal position. She's like, don't worry, Nick. You'll be fine.
Let's start with the basics. You know about the incident in question, correct?
Incident? I don't know nothing about no stinking incident, mask boy.
You mean you didn't attend the previous trial of Maggie Bird?
Maggie who? I got more important things to do than watch courtroom dramas.
Of course. Well, perhaps you could give your...
It's just so wrong to see the thing without the judge. So it's like imagine like this. It's like Maya too. It's like, of course. Well, perhaps you... Wait. It's like this. I gotta get out for this.
Of course. Well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then. Good luck.
He's like scared for his life. I bet that's happening.
Of course. Well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then.
Please. This is too much fun. Hey, Psychota. Yeah. Oh boy, you missed a lot that just happened right now. We have the Tigre on the stand. We have Armstrong like trying to hit on everybody. You missed a lot. And also the judge is scared out of his pants for the Tigre, so he's under the table right now. That's what you're pretty much doing. Tigre meaning Tigre, this guy. You remember Don Tigre? Yeah, time zones are a big one. I think you're on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast, so I think they're like you're 3 hours ahead of me, so that's probably why. Yeah. Well, what? Not. Well, that's not his kid. That's his girlfriend. Remember that? Because yeah. Yep. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's 3 times. I think you're 3 hours ahead of me. So that's why. That's why. Yeah. Remember? Remember that. That's why. He said. Remember the entire testimony was that. Remember. Okay. Remember. He. This is her. Remember, this is her grandfather. He hit her car, and she got in an accident. So he made him pay for the damages, but he did it under the ruse that that he cares about her and everything. There you go. Yeah, time difference. Yeah, so that's the entire thing. Like, that's not his kid. That's actually just his supposedly like they're supposed to be like lovers per se, but he only did it because he had to pay back Bruto for almost killing his granddaughter. So yeah, that's where we're at now. Time for testimony. Oh wait, let me also get down. Okay, so the judge at the table because he's scared of Don Tigre, so he's like.
Now, please tell us about what you did on the day of the murder. Please don't kill me.
Oh yeah, honestly, like I should honestly just put my time zone, but I thought like about the same time. Majority of my viewers are typically the West Coast, so I don't really add it there, but that's probably why. So I honestly should probably put my time zone now that I think about it. Anyway, let's get back to it. Phoenix Wright. Huh? Yeah, they have it on there too. I would say give it a watch. Like, the one thing with A1 Pictures is that they're not really not that I'm saying that they're a bad animation company. It's just like sometimes they cut a lot of important information or like side things that happen in the episodes that you may miss a couple things. Not a lot that you'll miss, but it's like maybe you should like watch some of the game before going into the episode. That may give you a lot of context or some things like that. Yeah, season 2 they kind of I forgot what happened to season 2 because I didn't actually watch the anime, but I don't know where they are in the seasons in which cases. But I feel like this might be it. Like I think the first season of Ace Attorney on Funimation is the first game only, I want to say, give or take. And then the second season is the second game on. I feel like that's what it is. I forgot though. So don't take what I say with a grain of salt because I haven't really watched it. Okay, so back to the case. Oh my god, if this becomes a Fortnite skin, like what would they even use it for? You was the one who set this up, didn't you? You's gonna regret the day you ruffled the Tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying? Maybe I should have brought a diaper with me today. Seriously, me.
Get a grip, Nick.
Also, that's bold coming from you, Maya, says the one who's under the table. Okay, here we go. Also, excuse the very stereotypical and bad accent I'm doing for this guy. I have to. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all of my time in my office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from Tenderland every single day. You just want to check my alibi? Just ask Violetta. Jesus. Oh boy. I'll take a look at it later. Ah, at last I found my pen. He's like, hello. Please don't kill me. Ah, at last I found my pen. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. What is it? Please witness me. Come afraid from shouting like that. I know the kind of games that the guy in the blue plays. Oh, sorry. I know the kind of games that guy in the blue plays. That lowlife ain't no lawyer. He just bunches away at stupid details till he wins. Lowlife? Me? Tiffero? Yes, of course he is. Because remember, he was the phony. He was the fake Phoenix Wright that got Maggie convicted in the first place. And so, literally, like obviously, like he's probably scaring the hell out of the judge and everybody else. He ain't that. You think, but when he starts shouting at you and everything, also maybe like threatens to kill you, then yeah, he's scary. Listen up, smarty. Every time you ask me something that doesn't relate to this case, I'm gonna bill you $50,000, and you're just gonna borrow the cash from me. That's one loan contract I refuse to sign. And don't think it ain't gonna hurt when you tangle with the Tiger.
I love a good spectator sport.
Oh, shut up! How would you like it?
Just a minute, that's really not.
This witnesses, how can I put it, a hungry tiger roaming the urban jungle. Get on his bad side, and he'll bite everyone's head off. Yours too.
Very well. I have no choice but to impose a penalty system here.
You better be listening. I said I got business to take care of. Big business. If I don't split now, I ain't gonna catch my bus.
The court will impose a penalty for any irrelevant pressing of when. Oh no!
Oh god, no. Frick. No. This is my oh god.
The court will impose a penalty for any irrelevant pressing of witness testimony.
Oh no! Shit! I know. Time to save this game multiple times, I know. Frick, no! Oh god. Okay, here we go.
Keep that in mind as you begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, I know, I'm going borderline Ron, no, but oh god, I got... oh, my down at the table. She's like,
You can do it, Nick. I believe in you.
Maya, I'm behind you.
Oh, you can do it, Nick.
Wait, it's like talking with the hand.
You can do it, Nick.
Maya, I'm behind you.
Oh, you can do it, Nick. I believe in you.
I'm gonna watch the VOD later to see how that looks. Because holy crap, I was like, I need to see how that looks from your guys' point of view, because I don't know how that looked on my end.
You can do it, Nick.
Come out from under there already, would you, Maya? I bet you will clip it. I believe it. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all my time in my office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from Tenderland every single day. Okay. I need to... It's pretty tall as it is. I mean nothing, just... But I've got to find... to make one. Okay. Save here. I wanna press him about Violetta. By Violetta, you're talking about the Cadaverini families. Yeah. You don't want to cross them, or you was gonna wind up sleeping with the fishes. Once the Godfather finds out you's been dragging Violetta through the mud, Jesus, he'll do you in. Oh boy. Okay. Also, like, these are my blue light glasses, just so you know, because I forgot to mention that. I'm gonna see how this looks right now. Oh God. Okay, I'm currently trying to find the clip as we speak. Give me 1 second while I do this. Oh God, let me see. Yeah, cheetah print. Yeah. Okay. Let me go here. Okay, I'm gonna currently go here. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Okay, let me see. Oh god, I am so not getting ready for this. Okay, let's watch this clip then. Okay. Okay. Okay, found it. Here we go.
Maya down at the table.
Oh, actually, let me see if I can find it. Okay, here we go.
Maya.
Oh God, here we go. Found it. Let's watch it together, shall we? Y'all ready for this? Cause I'm not. Okay, let me quickly close something. Okay, here we go.
Maya down at the table.
You can do it, Nick. I believe in you.
Maya, I'm behind you.
Oh, you can do it, Nick.
Wait, was I talking with him?
You can do it, Nick.
Maya, I'm behind you.
Oh, you can do it, Nick. I believe in you.
Maya,
Oh God, that was. That's a good. It's obviously a pretty good clip, and I'm not denying that it's a fun clip to look at. But oh God, I was like, this is too much fun. Not that I'm upset about it. I'm not upset about it by any means. But at the same time, it's like, oh boy, this could be fun. Too much fun for me to do it. Okay, so now that we finished watching that clip, let's get back to the game, shall we? Okay, here we go. Thank you, Psychoda, for creating that fun little thing that I'm gonna regret now for the rest of the day. No, but not the rest of the day. But like, I'm like, thank you for making me regret my life choices. They'll do you in. Friday, I may have to so Friday I may stream, keyword maybe, because I need I'm probably gonna I'm gonna be streaming I'll finish this case right now. I'm gonna finish it till the end, and then Friday may have to skip because I got something to do with my family that day, so I may could just skip Friday and then continue on Tuesday. That's where I'm probably looking at right now, just so you know. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this case, and then I'll come back next Tuesday. Friday may have to be canceled, just so you know. Yeah, I know, but like, family must always come first, though. Sorry, I couldn't quite put it all together towards the end there.
He said that just like Viola did. He said that just like Viola, didn't he?
I get the feeling this might not be the right time to probe him about her. I mean, at this point, there's nothing else we can do. Like, I'm gonna save it right here, because I don't know if, like, I'm gonna probably get penalized, but like, let me press. Mr. Tigre, what do you want? What do you want? If you wouldn't mind going into a bit more detail. Objection. Oh boy. This is a dead-end trite, and you know it. Remember the rules. Yeah, but I got penalized.
Pressing the witness without evidence to back up your attack is prohibited. As I said earlier, the court will impose a penalty for such behavior.
And there we go. Figured. Ouch, the pain. Now then, Mr. Tigre,
Would you mind repeating your testimony from the beginning, please?
my time ain't free, yeah? You better remember that. If I miss the bus, someone's gonna pay. Ugh. I don't know nothing about no murder. Okay, so let's start from the beginning with this one. We're just gonna skip. Let's leave it here. It's too dangerous to press things without knowing where they might end up. I better just focus on gathering information at the moment.
Now then, Mr. Tigre, would you mind repeating just for the beginning?
I think we're thinking about that, blah, blah, blah. If I miss the bus, someone's gonna pay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago, you know.
You see these teeth? That's how sharp my secretary is.
Sharp? Is he talking about Viola Cadaverini?
She writes everything in my scheduler. December, mainly in the office. That's what it says, so that's where I was.
That seems like a rather, sketchy schedule. Grr.
There he goes again. What the Tiger did all December isn't the issue. What's important is what he was doing on the day of the murder. So now what? Okay. I want to know what he was doing on the day of the murder. But I think I have the evidence to present it. I think I do. Okay, so let's press. We got to do it. Mr. Tigre, what do you want? If you wouldn't mind going to a bit more detail. Okay, if you need to do your work, that's fine. Okay. Yep, I figured. Yeah, if you need to do your work, go do that by all means. Like that's, you should honestly that should be more important than just watching me stream. So I will continue this. You'll find this. I'll finish this case to the end, and then you can watch the VOD back later. Aw, thank you. Like heart you too. You can find the rest of the VOD later. Friday will have to be skipped because I have something to do that day, and so I will be back Tuesday, same time, 7 to 9 around there. So yeah, I hope to see you next time, Psychoda. Good luck with your homework. I don't buy that you haven't even heard of the incident that occurred at Tribulations.
You's got a big mouth, right? You's trying to say I was in some mob hit? Is that what you're trying to say? Where's your proof then?
Evidence. Yes, well,
For an attorney to make an accusation in court, he must have evidence. That's from Loan Shark to Lawyer, a beginner's guide, yeah?
Ah, I see you're the studious type, Mr. Tigre. Very good.
Ha! Why don't you ask him to represent you sometime, Trite?
What should I do? Let's try it. Mr. Tigre. Okay, there he comes. Okay, yep, figured. Okay. I knew this was gonna happen too, but I'm like, okay, blah blah blah. Okay. I hate having to do this, but I have to because like I don't want to lose too many chances. So I take it you get a lot of customers at your black market loan office.
It's tough for the little guys these days. Small businesses are feeling the pinch. Bosses of companies like that want to get it good with me. I'm their best friend.
I see. That's very admirable of you, witness.
Yeah, well, tender lender's motto is win through compromise, you know?
Win through compromise? What is that supposed to mean?
Compromise the customer to win. That's what it means. You got it?
With best friends like you, who needs enemies?
Yeah, let me spell it out for you all. You don't pay me back within 3 days, Spiky. I take what's due, and you stupid ass. You just follow what I'm saying?
But I'm not one of your customers. More about the tender lender or not? That's the only thing I can press. Let's try. Mr. Tigre, what do you want? Okay. Okay, you know what? Let's leave one here. Okay.
Just think, all you have to do is press him on something irrelevant, and bam, $50,000.
Okay.
Anyway, I need to work. Got with the pressing too hard, but his testimony is pretty solid as it is. I admit nothing jumps out as a contradiction, but I've got to find an opening somewhere, or I need to make one.
I was tied up with... Okay. Okay, so we need to find evidence that Oh, this proves I wasn't all the time in the office. Okay, so let's save here. We'll have one penalty. That's fine. We'll deal with it. Okay. Nope, didn't work. Okay. I'm having so much fun with this trial. This is so much fun. Okay. So, let's see here. Okay. We need to prove that he was there. Yeah, but knew that was gonna work. Okay. Try it again. About a murder. I was tied up with business last year. Spent no time in my office. Got whales lined up to borrow cash from Ted Lender every day. You just wanted to check my alibi. Just ask Violetta. Okay. No murder. Let me see here. Oh, it's a toughie. I'm giving everything I can to try. Nothing's working. I don't know what, like... Okay. I'm gonna go see this one. Okay, so... Like, I have to go to the restroom. Oh, okay, so I'll be right back. I'm getting to the restroom, guys. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. So, let's see. Okay, I think I pressed everything. I think so. Okay, so we pressed him on this one, I know for sure. And we didn't get what we wanted. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see. Let's leave it. 'Cause we know that didn't work. So, okay, so let's try it again. Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago, you know? You'll see these teeth? That's sharp. Talk about real cadaverini? I think I did. You know it. The rules. Oh, okay. Here we go. No, it's essential that we establish the alibi accurately. Okay, so I just quit too early. Whoops.
I agree.
The victim was killed on December 3rd. Were you in the office that day too? Maybe you ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. I had meetings all day with a bunch of cats wanting to do business with me. I ain't never seen that young kid before.
I do believe the witness's last statement was important. Mr. Godot, if you could please...
Mr. Tigre, the court asks you to add that last statement to your testimony.
And this is why you should let the thing play out, people. Don't let an animal beat you. Don't let an animal beat you. Be a man, Your Honor, and ask him yourself. The day you was talking about, I was in the office too. I never saw that kid before. Yeah, here's the thing, Tigre. We got evidence against you. Mr. Tigre, you claim you didn't know Mr. Glen Elg, but it appears that Mr. Elg knew you. What? Mr. Elg left this little note on his calendar. Meet with the Tigre, and the date, December 3rd.
December 3rd? That's the day of the murder!
So, Mr. Tigre, I submit that you did indeed know one Mr. Glen Elg. Because on the very day of the incident, you met with him. Not bad. He was actually not bad. Sorry? I was just messing with you to see how good you were. Did you hear that, Nick? He said you're not bad. That's one compliment I can do without. Plus, he's lying through his teeth.
Witness, please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated.
You calling me a liar? Is that what you're doing? Not Scooby-Doo. Ruh-roh.
Imagine like the judge voice for Scooby-Doo. Ruh-roh.
So you're saying that you're saying that your claim to have never seen that kid before is the truth?
I said I'm dead serious. You better believe that's the truth.
Then I'd say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. That is, while you testify for the court again, Mr. Tigre.
Oh, yes, would you mind indulging the court with this?
You never actually met the victim. That's gotta be a lie right there. It's time I nailed this guy.
In what sense are you going to be nailing him, Phoenix? Because that can go in more ways than one.
I ain't no liar. I never met Glen Elg. There was some lame guy with that name, though. Wanted to borrow cash from me. I set up a meeting with the guy at my office, Stendelinda.
I waited around for him, but he ain't never showed. I ain't never been to that Trey Bien joint, you see ya? Well, interesting.
I see. That all seems perfectly logical. You had arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up.
I've heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead.
That is very true, unless you were a ghost.
Very well. May begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
And Phoenix is like, oh boy. Yes, Your Honor. Okay.
Didn't I tell you
I got a... Sorry, I was thinking that was kiddo. Didn't I tell you I got a big deal going down today? I ain't gonna make my bus now. I'm gonna have to take the express train. That bill's going straight to you, right? Well, we already know that he's been there because we have the matchsticks to prove it. The guy, blah 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 blah. We know that's a lie, but just to be safe, just to be on the safe side, let's save here. There we go. Mr. Tigre, is there something you'd like to tell the court about these matches? Matches? What you talking about? We found them in your office at Tenderlander. They're from that restaurant. What? If you've really never been to Trey Bien before, what was a book of the restaurant's matches doing on your desk? You've been snooping around in my stuff now too, wise guy? What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no broad controlling me.
Order, order. Well, witness.
Oh, he's confident now. He's he's up from the desk.
I think it's time you started telling us the truth, don't you?
Oh, no, he's back.
So sorry. I'm terribly sorry. Forgive me.
I ain't no pussycat. I don't go back on what I said. But okay, I was at the joint that day. But what? Well, listen good, alright? I might have been there, but I still never met that kid.
Well. Looks like an order just came in for another testimony.
I'm this close to proving it was him. He did meet Glen Elk that day. And I'm very thirsty, so sorry. And he did put poison in his coffee. He must have. I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. The guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be, so I split. I heard the cop's sirens on my way out, and I went straight back to my office.
I see. You didn't actually meet with him in the end, then. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Hold it! If I wait around here any longer, I ain't even gonna make the normal express. No more stupid questions.
No problem. Anytime Tripe presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see he pays a penalty.
But Mr. Godot, that's my job.
Your job is to slam that little hammer of yours and call a guilty verdict. So do it!
Yes, sir.
You freaking simp! The Special Express ain't cheap, right? Just so you know, you's paying. Oh man, doesn't the rule of law mean anything around here? Nope, not in this game. Okay. I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. I'm gonna open the door. Okay. Person fast. Okay. So what he said, kind of like rubbing the. Yeah, here. So he said when he opened the door, he said he saw a grisly sight. How? There's a wall. Let's try that. Okay, let me save here really quick. Let's save here real quick. Because I feel like this is what... Because that's the one thing I know about the layout. It's like there's a cash register and there's a wall. How can he see? Let's try this. Yes, we're there. You're something of a loan collecting pro, aren't you, Mr. Tigre? No one escapes the Tiger's clutches. Well, I'm something of a lie detecting pro. Ooh, Phoenix. And no one escapes the Phoenix's clutches. I think it's time we got something straight. And it's clearly not me.
What's this, Trite? A new line of irrelevant questioning.
These are the floor plans of the crime scene. Excuse me. Whew. You say you were standing at the entrance, Mr. Tigre. From there, your field of vision would have covered an area something like this.
Indeed, the witness would have had a clear view of the victim's seat.
Isn't that what I just said? I saw the back of the kid's head.
Unfortunately for you, that is not possible. If the court would think back, you will remember that between each of the tables is a tall partition.
Why, that's true.
Now look at the plans again. The truth is painfully obvious. From the entrance, the field of vision of any customer walking in ends here.
Oh, he is sweating. He is scared.
So, from the entrance of Très Bien, you couldn't have seen the victim's seat. But you did see the victim that day because you met with him.
Wrong. Have you forgotten the old man's testimony from yesterday? The victim was alone at his table.
But the defense just proved that point to be moot. The victim witnessed by Mr. Kudo was not Glen Elk, but a fake.
What?
In order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify, the real killer posed as the victim he had just killed and acted out a charade. A charade, sorry.
That will do. This trial has gone on long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was this real killer who impersonated the victim? You say the killer murdered Glen Elk and then impersonated his victim in a performance for Victor Kudo. In that case, Mr. Wright, reveal the identity of this criminal to the court.
Can't we just say it was Tigre? He was the only one who knew everything. Obviously. The killer is Furio Tigre. No one else could have done it.
But what? Well, witness.
Now that's cute. You think you can pin this on the Tiger? Maybe you don't understand. The Tiger is king of the jungle. So I dare you to say it again. Come on. You got the guts.
You can't threaten me, Mr. Tigre. It's the defense. Go ahead. Tell them, witness. Go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. Wright. Please, he's gonna kill me.
Oh God! He tipped you! He dipped!
Mr. Wright!
Sounds to me like it must be you, old man. You's got guts, I'll give you that.
Mr. Wright, do not leave me to handle this.
Oh, this is too good.
Ha! Perhaps I can end this embarrassment.
Mr. Godot.
Let's just go back over Mr. Kudo's testimony one more time. The old man didn't see the victim. Oh, didn't just see the victim. Oh, no. The servant girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there. Was the victim he saw the real victim or not? Was the victim he saw the real victim or not? That doesn't matter. The fact remains, he saw the accused put the poison into the coffee.
Huh. Yes, it was the waitress who poisoned the coffee.
Very impressive, Mr. Cadeau. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack.
Ha!
He's scared too.
Found your pen at last, Trite?
It was in my pocket. But anyway, Mr. Kudo witnessed two people that day. He saw the victim, the supposed Mr. Glenelg, and the waitress from behind.
Yes. Your point, right, Mr. Wright?
I think the conclusion is obvious. If this Glenelg was really the killer in disguise, then surely it's possible the waitress was also part of the show.
What? You mean the waitress was an imposter as well?
The defendant, Miss Bird, fell unconscious immediately after the incident. And someone used her fainting to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her.
Who on earth was it? Who was this waitress that Mr. Kudo witnessed?
Well, the only other woman in here that's still alive, besides Maya, is Viola. And obviously this one, but that's not gonna work.
Who is this woman?
Her name is Viola Cadaverini. She's an employee of Tenderlander. You's making a big mistake. Do you know who Viola's grandfather is? You'd better be going home in an armored truck tonight if you know what I mean. Stop shaking, Nick. Like, I can't. Where was I? Yes, the defendant, Miss Bird. Yes, the defendant, Miss Bird, has stated the following.
Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true there was another customer in the restaurant. She was sort of creepy. She had a kind of a cackling laugh.
There we go. There are just too many contradictions in this case. The second man at the victim's table, who nobody but Miss Bird seems to have seen, the earpiece worn by the victim in his left ear when that eardrum was ruptured, and the radio show he was supposedly listening to half an hour after it was over. There is only one logical explanation that clears up all of these contradictions. The whole incident took place twice, once for real and once for show. And Mr. Furio Tigre, the only person who could have committed the crime, is you.
Witness, what have you got to say?
That's cute.
Sorry?
You's alright. I could do with a guy like you around. But what do you mean? Okay, I'm in on this game. I'm gonna have to excuse me. Whew. I'm gonna have to charter a jet to get me to my meeting now, but I'm gonna give you one more thing to think about before I go. Something to think about? You've got it all wrapped up nice, huh, right? But you've missed out one real important thing. But that can't be. I was in the joint that day, and I met that kid too. But I couldn't have poisoned him, you see?
What? Do you really expect us to believe you now, Mr. Tigre?
What a troublemaker.
Troublemaker?
Looks like we're going to need another one for the road.
Oh boy, here we go.
One more steaming cup of hot testimony.
Really? Oh god, I'm so tired.
Indeed. Witness, you will explain yourself to the court. I will give you one more chance to testify. What happened that day at Tribulations between yourself and the victim?
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, I loaned Elk cash. About $100,000. About $100,000. That day, we was due to have a little chat. That kid had hit his payback date, see? So anyway, he tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. Yes, I won $500,000. You got lucky, you know? Really lucky. Real lucky. If that waitress hadn't done what she'd done, everything would have been over.
Now, I see that the principal amount you loaned to Mr. Elk was $50,000.
Yeah, well, you've got the VIC to take into account. Interest builds up fast, you know? That's faster than fast. $100,000 is twice his principal.
And the repayment deadline was December 3rd, the day of the incident in question.
Yeah, he was one lucky kid. He got the $500,000 just in time. So I ain't having no reason to kill the kid. Well, we'll see about that. And if I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no case. His motive? He has to have one, but what is it?
Alright, here we go. Whoo boy, this should be the last thing. A little chat, get it.
So how much were you expecting him to pay you back on that day? What do you think? The whole package, $100,000, including interest. That's a real heavyweight punch. Once a client misses a repayment, you call the whole loan in. You wanna make it in my world? That's all you's gotta know.
And how many times had Mr. Elk been late with his repayments?
Once.
And how much was he supposed to pay back every month?
$50. Sounds like Mr. Elk was in a really sticky spot. Real sticky spot.
Yeah, at $50 a month, he'd never pay that huge loan off.
So anyway, he tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming.
Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, this one interested me. Let's press him on it. The waitress, you mean?
The girl with the glasses in the defendant's chair. Who else could I mean? If she hadn't gotten in the way, things would have been bada bing bada boom, over and done with.
Maybe I should push a little on this. Well, we know it's poison. Let's see ask how things would have been. That's one thing we should probably test. What do you mean things would have been over and done with?
You was all there or what? I'm talking about the cash. I was there to get my $100,000 back. That's all. I'm a businessman. It was all coming together before that waitress got in the way.
As far as I can tell from the witness's testimony, other than recouping his loans, the Tigre had no motive for killing the victim. Witness, you will amend your testimony to reflect what you just said.
The Tigre's motive, huh? Is that true, though? I think we have to present. I think it's this. The MC Bomber disc. It has to be that. Let's try it. There we go. That was it. So, you just intended to get back the $100,000 Mr. Elg owed you, correct?
I loaned the guy the cash, so that's my right.
Unfortunately for Mr. Elg, I don't believe the $100,000 is what you were really after.
What are you getting at, Trite? What else would a moneylender be after other than the money?
Oh, the moneylender was after money, but money in a totally different league. The kind of money that a single disc like this would fetch. Ugh.
What is that?
A computer virus, Your Honor. A virus called MC Bomber.
A computer virus? What does one of those do?
A computer virus is a program that wreaks havoc on the insides of a computer.
A computer? What is one of those?
Oh my god, you old bastard. I guess the beard isn't the only part of his honor that is from the Stone Age. I'll explain it to you later, Your Honor. Right now, this is the important point. A virus like MC Bomber would be worth several $1 million on the black market.
Several $1 million?
Lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for business. But in this case, the very fact that Glenn Elg had no way to repay the money is crucial.
What?
Glenn Elg was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. That skill was the collateral Mr. Elg put up in order to borrow the money.
Objection!
You're trying to suggest the witness's motive was to get hold of that program.
Exactly. Well,
the witness may have poor fashion sense, but he is by no means an idiot, right? A man like him could get his hands on $1 million without resorting to murder.
of course he could, provided that he had time. But what if he had needed the money right then? When the pressure's on, the luxury of choice tends to disappear.
It seems you have a logical conclusion for this theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to share it with us? Why did Mr. Tigre need money to the tune of $1 million?
Oh. Are you ready, Mr. Tigre? Are you ready for this? You better be ready for this. In December of last year, you found yourself in need of a huge amount of money. About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter in which a young woman was injured. She was taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery.
How much of this do you know?
These medical papers document the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation cost $1 million. And yet, when the payment was due last month, you somehow managed to pay it in full.
$1 million? A preposterous sum. Someone should sue these HMOs.
No one would pay a bill like that. If the medical association got wind of it, the hospital would end up as dead as a morgue.
But Mr. Tigre had no choice but to pay, because his very life depended on it.
Order! 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 You say his life depended on it, Mr. Wright.
Indeed it did, simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cadaverini.
Did you say Cadaverini?
Bruto Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all underworld activities in the city, and doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini. Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to this boss, correct? It makes sense. You were so desperate to acquire the $1 million Bruto Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, that you decided to sacrifice Glenn Elg's life to pay your debt. We got him there. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on this CD. Glenn Elg had no way of paying back the $100,000, and Mr. Tigre knew it. But then a miracle happened. The kind that Mr. Tigre would prefer to say never happened, but he can't, and neither can I.
The lottery win.
Exactly. At the 11th hour, Mr. Elg won $500,000 on the lottery, which left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least, no legitimate way. Oh boy, there it is. So, he resorted to illegitimate means.
That's crazy.
He murdered Glenn Elg and then made his next move. frame Maggie Bird for the crime. Mr. Tigre posed as Glen Elk, while Viola Cadaverini played the role of Miss Bird. And then they reenacted the whole thing in order to establish a witness. The witness being the one we all heard testify yesterday, Mr. Victor Gudo.
Hey, I can still hear you. Like I said, Trite, that's crazy. No one can pull off a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way the chef could have been kept in the dark about it.
But Mr. Armstrong was in on it from the very beginning. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Godot? Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too. $500,000, in fact. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. Tigre's plan. Oh, we got him. Is he gonna break?
Order, order! Silence or I will get the court!
You was put on a good show, Spiky. Huh? If you want to stay alive in the loan shark business, you gotta be careful. You was saying I dressed up like that kid, created a witness, and framed someone. If I did something crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shirt. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that. I agree. You do? Despite your appearance, you are very careful. That's why you took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure Miss Bird had no way out.
What? Another one, Mr. Wright.
Oh, interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Trite? What was this trick you say Mr. Tigre performed to frame the accused?
Here we go.
What on earth is that? What an insult to think anyone could be fooled by such a childish imitation.
Consider yourself insulted, Your Honor. Mr. Tigre, you didn't just pose as the victim on the day in question. A month ago, in this very court, you posed as me. Oh, fuck.
What? That's
The truth.
But the witness looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright.
And you couldn't catch this last month, really, bitch.
Although, now that I think about it, it was you, wasn't it? No doubt it was you, standing in here this very court a mere month ago. The Phoenix Wright who put up the most disreputable shabby defense I had ever seen.
God, he's getting angry.
Can you prove that, Gramps? Prove the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago was this man. Are you prepared to take the stand and testify that it was him?
Hey, but forget about it, yeah? Huh? I wouldn't do something like that. No, not me. You made a mistake, right? It was someone else, huh? Oh, he's backing down now. Have you no pride, sir? Oh boy.
This isn't a matter of pride. In case you didn't know, Trite, here in court, we deal with people's lives.
Mr. Cadeau is right.
Your Honor!
Speaking for myself, I am absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. However, I preside over this court as the judge, with the vested power to hand down a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by a memory without evidence to support it.
No! Oh, come on, seriously.
If the defense has no further evidence, the court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Tigre are dubious, for sure, but not conclusive. Oops.
But we've come so far. You say you impersonated Glen Elk.
You say he impersonated you. But none of that adds up to a murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that the witness poisoned the victim's coffee. Ugh. Ha! Oh boy. Ugh. Sucks to be you, right? Don't mess with the tiger, or you're gonna get mauled. Just got that? All we managed to do here was chase him around a bit, but I was so close to getting him to admit his own guilt. Ha! Oops. Looks like I won't be needing a refill. If I had just, this is where that ball is gonna come into play. If I had just one more piece of evidence, then maybe I could get Maggie off the hook.
This witness's cross-examination is over. You are free to go, Mr. Tigre.
Gumshoe, please! Yes! He's here! We made it!
Your Honor, sir.
Yes, he made it! He made it back! White! Detective Gumshoe?
Sorry it took so long, pal. I staked everything on this. My badge, the works. So here it is. My heart's counting on this too. But what is it, detective? Isn't it obvious, pal? It's the final decisive piece of evidence. But what?
Yes. Oh, this is getting good.
Sorry it took so long, pal, but I finally got the results from the lab.
The results?
About the prince, pal, from this medicine bottle.
Oh, so do you know who the prince belonged to now?
You think I'm some kind of act detective? Of course I know.
So, tell us. They're the Tigers, right? I knew it.
You bet. Clear as crystal, all over the bottle. They're Fio Tigre's paw prints, all right. Ha!
That's great. We've got him now, Nick. What's wrong with you? You've hardly said a word since Detective Gumshoe got here. He's laid everything on the line for this, Nick.
I know. Look, I'm sorry. This is kind of hard to say, but it really doesn't make any difference whose prints are on that bottle now.
Huh? What? Why not?
What we need to produce at this stage in the trial is it's irrefutable evidence that the tiger put poison in Glen Elk's coffee. He's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his prints are on this bottle, that really doesn't make any difference now.
I knew it.
Oh, great, that's right.
Great. No matter how hard I try, I'm never of any use.
Hey, don't be so hard on yourself.
This was our last chance to help Maggie.
Oops.
And I've been working on some useless piece of evidence the whole time. It's alright. I'm a real loser. It's not breaking news to me, pal.
Okay, let's save here because holy crap. I need to take a quick breather.
Woo!
Is that Maggie?
Detective Gumshoe? Maggie? You've been working on something for me?
Sorry I let you down, Maggie. I know you didn't do it. And I'm a detective. We're supposed to be able to prove stuff like that. I'm really sorry. I'll get out of here now.
Detective Gumshoe, wait!
He's
Detective Gumshoe, wait!
he's gone.
Isn't there anything we can do now, Nick?
Okay, let's do it. I wish there was. Gumshoe worked so hard to get that evidence. If only there was some way I could use it. Small bottle put into pocket.
Okay, here we go. We're going back in.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
I granted you a recess so you could prepare this decisive evidence you've discovered.
Yes.
Don't keep us all in suspense, Trite. Show us. Naturally, we can assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court, can't we?
Think, Phoenix. Don't let Gumshoe's hard work go to waste. How much more of my time are you gonna waste? I ain't been to no court before, but you's lawyers sure know how to blow things out of proportion.
No doubt. Given the nature of the evidence, it will speak for itself. Nevertheless, you will talk us through it, Mr. Wright.
Well, I know I can't prove anything new with this evidence. I'm really backed into a corner here. But maybe if he thinks he's got me beat, he'll let his guard down a bit.
Don't keep us waiting any longer, Mr. Wright. Present this final decisive piece of evidence to the court.
Here we go. This is the defense's final piece of evidence.
Isn't that the victim's...
Your Honor, naturally, the court is already aware of the contents of this bottle. However, interesting new information has come to light. We have clearly identified some fingerprints on it. Fingerprints belonging to you, Mr. Tigre.
What?
But Mr. Wright, what conclusion are you hoping to draw from this new information?
Everyone in here knows what this bottle contains, except one man. One person in this courtroom should theoretically be in the dark. My prints are on that fancy looking bottle? Is that what you're saying? Well, what the hell's in it anyway? A phony trial, a phony lawyer, and phony clues. Everything about this case has been phony. Seems like the perfect excuse for some phony evidence. Mr. Tigre, this is the decisive piece of evidence that will prove your guilt. Why? Because it contains... Let's see. He doesn't know what's in it, right? Let's say... potassium cyanide. Yeah. Let's trip him up. Let's see it. Because it's not going to help us if it's the oil or the ear medicine. Because that's irrelevant. But it contains potassium cyanide. Let's say that'll trip him up. This bottle contains potassium cyanide.
Potassium cyanide?
The poison used to murder Mr. Elg, Your Honor. The victim's killer used this very bottle. And on this bottle, Mr. Tigre, we found your fingerprints. Well, how do you explain that? You'd make a good clown, you know that? What? You ain't never gonna get to the stick. You just making me laugh now. You think a cheap bluff like that's gonna fool the tiger? A bluff? I can see straight through you, Phoenix, right? No, he did not just do that. That ain't the bottle with the cyanide in it. No. Is he gonna do this to himself? Is he really gonna do this to himself? No. This is the bottle we found traces of the poison in. Don't mess with the tiger, or you're gonna get ripped to shreds. The cyanide bottle was brown. It was made of glass. Ha! That cheap piece of trash. Don't look nothing like it.
Oh, you stupid idiot. Holy shit.
He just got himself in trouble. Got him. At last. Hey, he did it to himself. Literally.
What? Why is everyone gone quiet? I said that bottle.
Is this the bottle you're referring to?
Yeah, that's it. That's the bottle the cyanide was in. But you ain't gonna find my prints on that bottle. Don't let that cozy looking suit fool you, people. That lawyer's just playing games. Tell him, Mr. Prosecutor, tell that guy where to go.
You still haven't figured it out. Don't you realize what you just said?
What I said? What did I just say?
You were summoned to this court for the first time earlier today. If you really had nothing to do with the murder, you shouldn't have known all the little details. For instance, you shouldn't have known what kind of bottle the potassium cyanide was in. But just now, you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison.
You don't know who you was messing with. I'm the Tiger. I control millions of dollars on the black market. You think I'm gonna let some jumped up suit get the better of me?
Sure, the last piece of evidence was phony. But that's just what you deserve. The phony trial with a phony lawyer. It was all played out by you, the biggest phony of all. He's gonna break. Oh shit. Oh
What's going on?
Oh, the lights went out. Did he break every light? Oh my god.
What's going on?
Oh jeez.
It looks like a blackout.
Well done.
This is so good.
Well done, Shrite.
Oh, Tigre's gone.
I saved my 17th cup of coffee just for you.
Oh.
Oh, God. Savor it. While you watch the police restrain your prey.
He's still standing there? He could have just run out. Then again, he would have been on the run for the police, so.
Mr. Wright, you caught a tiger by his toe. But if this one hollers, he won't be let go.
Oh my god, really?
Now then, how are things going with Mr. Tigre, Mr. Godot?
He's being arrested on suspicion of the murder of Glenelg, Your Honor.
Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. This bird was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney.
Yes, she was.
And in the absence of genuine evidence, but the tiger made one mistake.
Indeed. He very nearly got away with everything if it wasn't for that one slip of the tongue. Furio Tigre is a truly frightening criminal.
Ha! The truly frightening one is that defense attorney over there.
Godot. Hey, you've complimented me.
Well, I am now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird,
Not guilty! Woohoo! God, that was so hard. Oh god.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Imagine if, like, I didn't realize that I didn't let the second statement, like, I pressed on go all the way through. Oh my god, we would have been here for hours.
Mr. Wright, I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, sir. Congratulations, Maggie. I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me in all that trouble a month ago. But now I feel like I can forgive him.
Hey, that wasn't me, Maggie. That was the tiger.
Look, Nick, in the doorway.
Oh, it's Gumshoe! Detective Gumshoe?
Oh, guess I'll be heading off then. See you around, pal.
Wait!
Uh,
Detective Gumshoe.
yeah. Congratulations, Maggie.
Thanks.
Uh, I knew you were innocent all along.
Why didn't you say that in your testimony then?
Huh? Oh, well, I was, well, guess I'll be heading off then. See you around.
Oh, wait up, detective. Wait up, detective. He just ran off.
Maggie, why are you being so hard on him? He busted his butt off for you. It's thanks to him that we've got that medication bottle. That wasn't even any use. But it's only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. Detective Gumshoe was just running around in circles.
Poor guy. Maggie, go easy on him. Looks like she still isn't ready to forgive him.
Can't you put in a good word for him, Nick?
Yeah, Maya's right. I should help Gumshoe out. It's clear he needs it. Maggie, you know, Detective Gumshoe's been really worried about you through all this.
I wanted to believe that, sir. But on that first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up.
He didn't have a choice, Maggie. He's the detective. He has to report the facts.
He doubted me, that's why. He thought I might have done it.
I've got to prove to her that Gumshoe really cares about her. I know. I'll give her a little present to celebrate her freedom. Is it the lunchbox again? Here you are. A present to celebrate your freedom.
That's...
A present from Detective Gumshoe, made with a ton of love.
He said you lost weight and he was worried about you. Detective Gumshoe? I actually really like weenies, you know?
Oh god, she's hungry.
Did you guys hear that? I'm pretty hungry myself, you know?
Yeah, the trial dragged on a bit today, didn't it?
Is it okay if I eat this now? Oh, she's so cute! So, how is it, Maggie? It's really good. It's really good.
Oh,
This is so sweet!
so the case of the phony versus genuine comes to an end. The false allegations surrounding Maggie have all been cleared up. And who knows, maybe a whole new chapter of her life is about to start.
Oh, that was so sweet and she ate it all!
Oh, oh, that was such a good ending. Oh, ooh. That's for next time. Okay, let's save it here. Okay, and we're good. The girl, let her go. Ooh. Jeez. Shut up. Come closer, and I'll kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Phoenix? I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Fugitive data. Terry Falls. Kidnapping, murder, death penalty. Fugitive mode. Escaping Falls, met with, and then murdered Sergeant Feller. We captured the escape. Okay. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I literally, even though I did that case, I forgot that even happened. 6 years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial. Ooh, oh, that was a lot to happen. Okay, so this is gonna be it. We're gonna come back to this on Tuesday. Okay, so like I said earlier today, guys, the next stream on Friday will have to be. Let me take this off now. The next stream on Friday will have to be postponed because, or just actually just full out canceled because I have something to do with family that day, so I won't be able to stream it all that day. So I will be back Tuesday. On Tuesday, I'll for sure be back. 7 to 9, same time around there, I should say. That should be the same time. Yeah, 7 to 9. So yeah, I should be able to be. I'll be back then for that. Yeah. Yeah, that should be it. Yeah. So Friday I won't be streaming, but I will be back on Tuesday to stream. So yeah, Tuesday 7 to 9 I should be back, and then I think I should be back to normal schedule for Friday. I should say maybe. We'll see. So until then, guys, thank you so much for coming in today. This was a long trial, but hey, we made it to the end. I cannot believe I did the beginner mistake of not letting the thing go through and seeing what happens at the end, because if I didn't try that again, we would have been here for hours. So yeah, that was a long trial, but hey, we got through it to the end. So yeah, thank you guys for coming along for this very long journey. And I know, Psychoda, you're not here anymore, but thank you for coming today. It's always great having you in for the streams and having you in chat. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. So come back on Tuesday. Friday will be canceled because I have some family stuff to do. So until then, follow me on my social media. Follow me on Instagram to see when I'm gonna go live. My Twitter, I keep saying, and I will get it done by the end of the week for sure. I'll have my Twitter updated, and I'll have a schedule going for that one too. And yeah, follow me on my social media, guys. Follow me wherever you see me. And until then, guys, thanks for coming in today, and I'll catch you later. Bye!